again, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about my top 10 women's brands that I am always on the lookout for when I am shopping at yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, that kind of thing, looking to buy them dirt cheap and then flip them online for a profit. Of course, if you're interested in reselling and making some extra money by selling things on the internet that you find at places like yard sales, then this is the channel for you. And don't forget to check out the link down below to take a closer look at Vendoo, which is an amazing cross-posting software that will make all of your listing on multiple platforms on the internet extra easy and extra efficient. As always, if this is the kind of content that you do enjoy, don't forget to hit subscribe down below and let's get started. So as usual, I'm going to go through one by one and I'm going to put some images right here showing you items that I have sold by those brands in this category recently, so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of things I'm picking up when I'm out there looking for stuff to buy. This list is of course in no particular order, and there are more women's brands out there that I do look to buy than these, but these are just 10 that I will almost always pick up, will almost never skip over at yard sales, and I wanted to share them with you. Okay, so our first one is the brand Cachet. Not everybody has heard of this brand, and I'm actually not entirely sure if it is made anymore, which would probably add a little bit of value to it. It's kind of an upmarket brand. I believe it was only sold either on QVC or like through a catalog originally, and it did retail on the higher side, but it definitely has a little bit of a following. And so when I find a nice piece, especially a nice bold bright piece by them, they do a lot of patterned and printed pieces, I will almost always grab it. And I'm usually able to find it for anywhere from like $1 to $5 at yard sales. I've also done particularly well with their bodycon dresses or their maxi dresses. Those always tend to sell in the sort of $50 mark for me. So again, from like $1 to $5 investment into something around $50, that is not too bad of an ROI at all. All right, on to the next brand. And you'll notice that I'm putting listings from various different platforms, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. That's because I have used Vendoo to cross-post onto all of these different platforms. And I wanted to show you guys that these items are selling across the board for me on lots of different online platforms. And so it has definitely been worth my time to cross-post them using the Vendoo software. That's one of the main things that have helped me get all of these sales. All right, brand number 2 is Lilly Pulitzer. Yes, a lot of people are familiar with Lilly now, but I swear by it. In fact, I just rolled up at a yard sale last weekend and saw a woman holding up a Lilly dress that was obviously a newer print, and I about jumped out of that moving car. She did end up putting it back down, and I scooped it up within a moment, and I was so happy to do so, because that dress and the pair of shorts that I got from that sale have already sold. In fact, they sold in one day. You can see them over here. One was a pair of Callahan shorts, and they were actually brand new with the tags. I paid $5 for those, and those sold for $40 on the same day that I listed them. That sale was on Poshmark, and then on Mercari I sold the dress, which was a Shelly dress. I paid $10 for that at the yard sale, and that one sold for $68, like I said, on Mercari. So when it comes to Lilly Pulitzer, if it is a newer piece, a really bright, bold, beautiful print, I will pick it up in a heartbeat, and I will pay up for it as well at yard sales. All right, next brand is Ugg. Don't be fooled, there is so much more to Ugg than just those classic chunky boots that we all think of and that were so popular maybe like 10 years ago. Here are some examples of items that I picked up recently that have sold. We have the Magpie duck boots. I paid $5 for these at a yard sale. They sold for $35 in one day. Also, we have a backpack there that was kind of all Sherpa detail on it as well. Again, another item that I paid $5 at a yard sale for, and this sold in one day as well for $29. The black boots were the Carnegie boots, and I actually found those for $2 at a yard sale. What an absolute bargain. And they sold for $60. Of course, that kind of thing does sell a little bit better when it comes to like fall and winter time. And lastly, you'll see the Livia mules there. Mules, clogs, all kinds of different keywords can go with them. But I paid $3 for those at a yard sale, and they did have a little bit of wear to them. I did go over them with some leather cleaner and spruce them up a little bit, but they did have a little bit of scuffing and wear, and they still sold for $38. All right, next brand is Cavu. Their classic bags are the ones that sell the best for me, especially when it comes to a novelty print. Classic bag being like the rope sling single strap bag that most people will think of when they think of Cavu. Like I said, the novelty prints do quite well. I sold one with kiwis on it for about $30, and I usually pick them up for sort of $5 and under. Also, sneaky BOLO. If you ever find anything Cafu with a Bigfoot or like Sasquatch print on it, grab it. That thing is worth hundreds of dollars, even pre-owned. All right, next we have a Western brand, Ariat. My most recent sell by them is a pair of women's like cowgirl rhinestone Western boots. I actually paid $2 for these at a church rummage sale, and they sold in just a couple of weeks of being listed for $100 pre-owned. I've also sold some accessories by them as well, such as the leather tassel or fringe clutch bag that you'll see over here. Paid $2 at a yard sale for that, and it sold for $30, and that thing had so much interest on eBay and Poshmark. So it's definitely a brand that people are searching right now. I would definitely give it a second look if I found it at a yard sale. All right, next we have the brand Hobo International. They are known for their leather goods, and they are really, really nice quality. Like many brands, some pieces will do better than others, and some are way more sought after. In fact, this was kind of a surprise bolo over here. So the crossbody bag that you see down here, I paid $5 at a yard sale for it. It was in nice shape, a couple of very, very small scuffs, still sold for $50. But this red wallet was called the Lauren wallet. I paid $2 at a yard sale, and I'm so glad that I looked up the style and did a bit of research, because this thing sold within a couple of days of being listed for $65. For whatever reason, it was just a really sought after piece. So it does pay to spend a little bit longer doing a bit of research on some of these items, especially when they're slightly higher end pieces that people are really searching out. All right, brand number 7 is Tory Birch. Now, I do not find a lot of Tory Birch where I live, I have to say. So when I do find it, I often do scoop it up if it is in decent condition, purely for the excitement of it. These espadrille flats, which were like a sort of blush pink color, they were only $3 at this yard sale, and they sold for $50. And then the real bargain of the day were these lug sole boots. Again, they had a few little marks on them, just with them being suede leather, and I didn't clean them up too much because I'm not super good at cleaning suede leather yet. So this was really with them listed as is, but I paid $1 at a yard sale for these, and they sold for $70. That is a great ROI. All right, brand number 8 that I want to mention to you is vintage Levi's. I know I'm adding the vintage on there, but I don't pick up a lot of Levi's in general, unless it's maybe like one of the denim jackets like Sherpa lined. I would almost always grab that. Or it's something that's maybe a collaboration. I know they've done some Peanuts collaborations, things like that. I would probably scoop those up as well. In fact, I know that I would. But other than that, vintage Levi's is something that I can find almost anywhere. Church rummage sales, thrift stores, especially ones like out in the countryside and stuff where people are donating older clothes. I can find them often. And a keyword you really want to play with when it comes to these is maybe like mom shorts, mom jeans, high-rise shorts, high-waisted shorts, those kinds of things. Often I will style them by kind of like rolling the legs to make them look just a little bit nicer in my photographs, as you can kind of see over here. But I stumbled on one yard sale where they had a ton of them and they were selling them all. It was literally a pile of vintage Levi's made in the USA, paper tag, denim shorts, like mom shorts, and they're selling them for like 50 cents a piece. It was an absolute steal. I listed them en masse. I've sold all but I think one pair at this point, and each one sold for at least $25, if not $30. So you can imagine that just a small amount of money and a small amount of work, since they were all similar items, has turned into a really nice profit. Brand number 9 that you might not be thinking of is Converse. Now, not every pair of Converse is made equally, like again with most brands. I wouldn't pick up just like any old pair. However, I tend to stick towards like high tops, and I do tend to try to stick towards items that maybe have an IP, so like a character. For instance, I've sold Catwoman, I've sold Batman, also novelty prints. I think I've sold one that was like pineapples, and the platform Converse, the ones that have the sole that is literally like a platform, or the ones that go all the way up to like the knee. Those things that like really, really stand out, those can do really, really nicely. Again, a pair of platform Converse that I had found not too long ago sold for around $50. So they are sought after. And women's brand number 10 for me, you probably saw this coming if you've seen any of my other videos on this channel, is vintage. Now, I know that's not technically a brand, but it is a category on eBay and Poshmark and Mercari and Etsy, and I sell vintage everything when it comes to women's clothing and accessories. Personally, I find that graphic sweatshirts and t-shirts do the best for me. but I do always have my eyes peeled for just about anything that is quirky and unusual. I love bright colors. I love things that scream the era that they're from, and I have never had a problem selling a cool vintage piece. In fact, it is my best selling category on all of those platforms combined. So if you're sleeping on vintage and picking up cool, quirky, unique items that are older, don't. Now's your chance to pick some up and give it a go for yourself. All right, and that is everything. Those are my 10 women's brands that I am on the lookout for every single time I go out sourcing and thrifting. Once again, don't forget to check out the link to Vendoo down below to see how they can help you make your listing and your cross-posting more efficient and help you build your business faster. And don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell notification as well so you never miss a video. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.